So, Austin, I wanted to just kind of talk a little bit about social media,
Hmm.
given your age. And I know I was a stickler on, just phones in general. I just didn't really feel like students your age really needed to have a phone. And so your first phone really was a flip phone.
Hmm.
And then later on, like in high school, that's when you ended up getting like an iPhone
Hmm.
that had more apps to it.
Yes.
But I thought that phones were, who are you going to call? Like, what do you need to do? Who do you need to see?
Exactly.
You just need to call me to let me pick you up and to drop you off someplace. That's what I thought the phone was for. And so how do you kind of perceive having a phone, but then also being engaged in social media later on when the phones actually had more apps to them?
I would say the biggest thing about getting a phone late and not having a phone, technology wasn't as big of a deal for me. It was more about being outside, being able to ride bikes, being able to enjoy nature. Me and my little brother did everything outside, especially when we were younger. And so it didn't really matter to me as much not having a phone. When I finally was able to get a phone and get an iPhone, I was kind of excited, to be able to be on social media, to be out there. But to me, once I realized what social media was, it didn't really scream to me as much. I was really more just about sports, more about hanging with my friends. Wasn't really as much about being on my phone as much.
I also made you and your brother also write complete sentences because, as an author and a writer, I really wanted to make certain that you were able to express yourselves in writing too. So with any text message or any email, I also made certain that
we would write it out, that we would type
that
the
you
whole
would
thing
write,
out?
yeah, that you would write it out, but also just to make certain that everything was
Grammatically correct.
grammatically correct. There we go.
You are big
And
on grammar.
I
You're
was
still big on grammar. I'm sorry. You are.
big on, big on grammar, and I knew that when you were to say, for instance, text a professor or text a coworker, that those were going to have to be skills that were needed in, your lives. And so do you feel like that has also helped you to be more grammatically correct in your text messaging, or not so much?
I would say yes. I still text in complete sentences. I still put periods and, at the end of my sentences, just because you never know how someone's going to respond. You never know how someone's going to take it. And you always want to be as professional as possible. So it just helps to do that and write complete sentences in your text messages.
Okay, very good.